Hey guys, it's Mrs. Sullivan. How are you doing? So as we were doing our small groups and things like that today, we came across some things that I think I wanted to go ahead and throw this out to you guys so you understand what to do with your social studies assignment, the writing assignment, the letter. There were some questions about that, so I wanted to make it as easy as possible, get the information out to you as best I can. So I figured a little quick video will show you what to do. I'll post it on Google Classroom, but I'll also send it through Class Dojo to your parents, so hopefully they will let you look at it. Thank you to Maddie, who made me realize that there was a little bit of a confusion here. So Maddie, thank you. We're gonna go ahead and kind of go through this. So for the social studies activity this week, I'm asking you to work on 5.02, which is the introduction to the Constitution. A lot of very good information here. But at the end of this lesson, there's no quiz. It's a writing assignment. And so that's where some of the confusion has lied. So you're looking at right now my screen. This is your lesson 5.02, Introduction to the Constitution. You walk yourself through the lesson at your own pace. There's 9 slides. When you get to 9, that's when the writing assignment kicks in. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to 9 so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So with this assignment, it gives you your instructions. It tells you have to print them out. You don't have to print them out, okay? You can use your interactive notebook if you have it with you, or just a plain piece of paper is totally fine as well. Just, or you could use a Google Doc if you really wanted to, but make sure you transfer it over to the submit. So this is the introduction to the Constitution. It says read all the instructions, use the chart, which is where we were getting confused, then write the letter and then submit it. So we couldn't figure out what the chart was. And so as I clicked on, and some of you may have already discovered this, but as I clicked on the introduction, which is like the instructions, it tells you what to do for your letter. Now remember, it's your job, I'm just reading this right here, to teach someone who lives in a different country about the creation of the Constitution. So you will write a letter explaining what you've learned. This letter is going to be, I originally said 2 to 3 paragraphs, but then I saw the chart. Probably going to be easier if you just organize it the way the chart has it. So it's going to be a 5-paragraph letter. 5-paragraph letter. So it's not going to be 2 or 3 sentences, guys. It's going to take you a little bit of time, which is why this is the only assignment you have for social studies this week, okay? So in your letter, you must include details on the following. So all of these things right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 details are going to be your 5 paragraphs, okay? Makes sense now that I've sat down and thought about it and Maddie brought it to my attention. So you have Shays' Rebellion and how it influenced the creation of the Constitution. You at least one of the men who drafted the Constitution and what they did. The Great Compromise, which is all in your lesson. I did have a question. I think Diesel asked a question about, can you use the internet to add additional information? That's fine. You can use your resources, but make sure it's in your own words. Don't just copy from the internet. Okay, I want this in your own words. I don't want to know what some other person wrote on the internet. I want to know, what you have learned through this lesson. At least 3 of the political concepts included in the Constitution, and a philosopher whose ideas influenced the writing of the Constitution. So those are your 5 details that you want to make sure you have in your letter. Then it says, this is where the confusion was, use the chart on the next page to collect your information. Well, we're like, where's the chart? Well, if you keep scrolling, the chart's right here. I missed it like 2 or 3 times. So you're going to use this chart. Now, obviously you can't write on it right now the way it is. If you have a printer, you can easily print it out if you want to and write on it. If not, you don't have that access, then just take your interactive notebook or a piece of paper and just write these 5 things down on a piece of paper. Give yourself some space, and as you go through your lesson again, then you will be able to write your information down. These 5 things, these 5 sections are going to end up being your 5 paragraphs. Okay, so you have paragraph 1, paragraph 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, does that make sense? I hope so. It makes a lot more sense now that I figured out where the chart was. Okay, so that's the chart. All right, and I gotta go back to my, where to go? Hold on, just kidding. I got lost. Okay, so then after you have organized your information in your chart, you're going to write your letter. So what you're going to do is either sloppy copy it on your interactive notebook or a piece of paper before you write it out on here. That's kind of what our steps are in class. So if you want to continue with those steps, I would definitely make a sloppy copy first. And then this is your rubric. This is what I will be looking for you to grade it. So if this is what you want to see what I'm looking for, then this is what I'm looking for. So you don't necessarily, if you want to just make sure that you're doing what you need to do to get that almost always star, then that is what you would be looking at here is the grade rubric. Then you're going to scroll down here when you're ready to type out your answer. You're going to go down here. I guess you can go up here to this little button and hit the little arrow, or I think you can go down. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like this little thing right here. It says next activity. You can go there too. So if you click that, it should take you, there you go. It takes you to your submit. That's where you type it out. It's not going to let me because I'm not enrolled as a student. I'm enrolled as a teacher. So you type it out here. Once you're done, you submit your work and you're done. Okay. But that's the steps with your social studies activity this week. Thank you, Maddie and Mom, for figuring this out because we couldn't figure out what the chart was they were referring to. And then it all made sense. So it doesn't look like most of you have started it anyway. So I wanted to throw these instructions out to you today so that you understood it. And I'm still expecting it on Friday. So hopefully you're working on it. But maybe these instructions will make it a little bit easier. All right. Okay. Any other questions? You can email me, class.ojame. You guys know the drill, and I will help you as much as I can. All right. Thank you guys. Happy learning.